Hello everyone, and welcome to my tech tip of the week, and today's topic is on SeeSaw. So what is SeeSaw? Well, SeeSaw is basically a digital portfolio where students can upload work, or teachers can capture the work for the students if they're young, for example, kindergarten, and all of this work gets loaded into one place and categorized by subject area or learning skill and by student. So teachers can easily capture the work of their student as they progress throughout the term or the semester and click on that student's name and see all of the work that's been submitted to SeeSaw for the semester. It empowers students to independently document what they are learning at school, which is really nice, and I'm going to talk about sharing this with parents and other students in a moment. And as I mentioned earlier, the teachers can capture the learning of students, as well as assess the learning and provide descriptive feedback right in the tool that the student will see. It's really easy for students to sign into SeeSaw. Younger learners or classrooms with very few devices, students can sign in using a QR code. Literally, they just hold up the iPad to a printed out QR code or a QR code on a computer screen, and it brings them right into the classroom right away. So they open up SeeSaw, hold up the iPad, and it brings them right in. And older students can sign in with their Google accounts, and what this allows them to do is go back and see all of the work that they've posted. What I really like about it is not only can you see the end result of the work, but SeeSaw helps capture the learning process in itself. Students can document the process as they're going along, working through a project, and it's really nice. They can voice over on the pictures they can take video, they can add files, they can add links. It is virtually so open-ended that you can really do a lot of work with it. One of the features I really like is there's a built-in audio recording and drawing tool that students can use to voice over on a picture or some work that they've done in class, and this allows them to reflect on the work they've done. And if you ask them to discuss the overarching learning goal that you're working on that particular project or assignment, the students then can discuss whether or not they've met the goal and discuss what their next steps would be to reach the goal or improve upon their work next time. Also, teachers can approve all additions, new additions, and comments before anything is shared with parents. So if one of your students decides to take a picture of something that might not be appropriate to go in the SeeSaw environment, then teachers have the option to accept it or not post it, as it is ultimately your decision as the educator in the room. So what I'm actually going to do is toggle over and go right into SeeSaw. And in order to get to SeeSaw, all you need to do is open up a new tab, type in SeeSaw in the Google bar, and you'll notice it's one of the very first things come up. The actual website is web.seesaw.me. And it is free, and you can have up to 2 teachers in your free account. You're going to get into your SeeSaw, and I have, this is my SeeSaw account. It's just a test account. It's not really a real classroom because I don't actually have students at the moment. But you can see you can have numerous classes here, and I'm just going to take you into a little test class that I made called Trelawney. One of my schools is Trelawney Public School, but this actually isn't their students. So in SeeSaw, there is the journal, and right now you can see that I'm in a journal, and it's sort of like Instagram or Facebook, where you can scroll down and see all of the posts that have been added to the class. Some things are announcements, other things are videos. There's a video that's been put in here. Here's a link to some students' work, and here's another one. Here is a picture of some students who have been working with Sphero here. And as you can see, I can click on the students' names whose work is attached to or who performed the work. And these students and their parents will be able to see. In the journal also at the top is a calendar So sometimes you want to go back and take a look at a particular day, and on the calendar when you click on it, you'll notice the dates where they have items posted. So for example, today, January 12th, 3 items were posted into my SeeSaw journal here, and if I click on this, it will show you the exact 3 items. So if you have 30 students in your class and you want to see a particular assignment that was all posted on the same day by each of your students, you'd see 30 of them, and you could click on one of them and it'll take you right into that post. So just another way of looking at the journal. This way is chronological and this way is kind of by calendar date, and it shows you what items were posted on certain days. And if I go back, I haven't used this one in a little while, but on October 26th I put a post. If you were in a regular classroom, you would have obviously more posts on a regular basis here. Now I would like to direct your attention to the right side here. This is the toolbar, and it allows you to add your students, set up your settings in here. You can name your class. I can change the color of my classroom. I could put a class icon, so really kid-friendly. Further down, if you click on Manage Students here, you can see all of the students I've added. And likewise, you can also say, determine whether or not students can see each other's work. So if you don't even want students in your class to see each other's work, then you could just turn that off and they will no longer be able to do that. So it depends on the culture and environment of your classroom and how willing kids are to share, or the way you frame the classroom and the activities and what types of things you're going to be posting in here. So it's entirely up to you as the educator or your classroom if you want to get your students' voice. And again here, it is so easy to invite families. It is unbelievable. You have the option of printing paper invites or getting a sample email, which you will email. So if you have an email for each of the parents, that's the route I would go, because that's probably the easiest way. But if you do not have that information, if you just click on that, what it's going to do is it's going to generate a letter, for example, that you'll print. And there's going to be, sorry, it's really small here, but here's one for Anu. Anu is going to take this home and it's going to tell the parents all about what SeeSaw is. There is a QR code here so the parents can automatically join, and there are detailed instructions on how they can join from their phones or from their computers. And if they already have an account, there's instructions here. So as you see, there's one for each parent. And you just print these off and send them home with the kids. Okay, what else is in here? I'm going to just skip a couple of these things just so I can keep this video short. I'm going to close out of here. So we've looked at the journal. We've looked at the settings in this little tool icon here. Big green plus button here is really key. So as a teacher, this is the 2 areas where I would spend most of my time. For example, here, post a student journal. So let's say I was a grade 1 teacher. I had one iPad in the class and I wanted to go around and take videos or photos of the students' work. This is exactly where you would do it. So in here you have the option of taking a picture directly while you're in the app or a video, and you can make a drawing, which is, so this is sometimes nice where if you want students just to go in and answer a quick numeracy problem or answer a quick question you have on the board as an exit ticket or something like that, you can get them to just come right in here. There's all these tools. You can make your pen bigger, you can erase, you can add a label to this, you can change the color of your pen, so on. And once you're done, you just hit the check. So students can take the opportunity, or as a teacher, you can do a little voiceover, anything. So this is true for a picture or a file they upload, but literally you just go in here, click the microphone, it's just processing, and they can listen to it. Once they're happy with it, they hit the checkmark box, but I'm posting this as a teacher, so I'm going to say, well, this was Fazl's work, and I'm going to tag it to him, go back up to the check mark, and this was in art, as you could see, and hit the green check mark, and there you have it. So now I have Fazl's picture with his voiceover, and now as a teacher I can comment. But this is exactly the same for students to come in and they can do the posting the same way, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to keep it brief to this because this was just an introduction to SeeSaw. I encourage you to give it a try, but I'm very confident that you will really like it after you've used it for a little while. Hope that helped, and talk to you soon.